This is an AI-generated podcast based on the article From Executive Chef to Health Insurance Advocate, How Dan Maher Found His Calling, written by Aundre Blasingame. The article link is in the show notes. Dan, thanks so much for being here. So, 12 years at Cheesecake Factory, opened your own restaurant in Nashville, launched Troy Aikman's restaurant. I mean, that's an impressive run in the culinary world. But 7 years ago, you walked away from all of it to become a health insurance broker. That's a pretty dramatic shift. What was going through your mind when you made that decision?
Yeah, it wasn't easy. I remember thinking, this world is going to kill me. The restaurant industry gave me so much, but it was taking everything I had. I was spending 45 minutes in the morning commuting, an hour and a half getting home. That time with my family was just disappearing. And the relentless pace left no room for anything else. I knew I needed to change, but walking away from everything I'd built, that required more than just ambition. It required faith.
That's interesting because a lot of people feel stuck in that exact situation, right? They know something's wrong, but the thought of leaving, it's paralyzing. When you say it required faith, can you unpack that a bit? What did that look like practically?
That's a great question. I think it was really about believing that God was leading me somewhere new, somewhere I could still serve people, but without sacrificing my family and my faith in the process. I didn't have all the answers when I made the leap, but I trusted that God would meet me there, and He did.
So you land in health insurance, which I have to say, from the outside looking in, that seems like a pretty massive departure from the creativity and energy of running a kitchen. What drew you specifically to health insurance? Was it just about finding something with better hours, or was there something else?
Well, it definitely wasn't because I'd always dreamed of insurance, right? But what I realized was that I could still serve people, just in a different way. Today, I own Southern Health in Fort Worth, and I work with small businesses, independent contractors, entrepreneurs. I help them find health insurance plans that actually work. My specialty is finding better rates and better coverage for businesses with 1 to 20 employees, often through associations and private entities that most brokers don't even access.
Okay, so you've got access to these plans that other brokers don't. But I mean, there are a lot of insurance brokers out there. What sets you apart? What's your approach?
I'm putting you in the plan that is going to take care of you for the things that you don't expect to happen. I'm not interested in selling someone a card to carry in their wallet. If you tell me these are the things that I need to have covered, these are the things that I want to be sure, I'm going to make sure those are in your plan. And then I'm also going to make sure that you understand unexpected things, cancers, car accidents, things like that, are covered well, so that when you have to use them, you don't have to worry about that piece of your coverage.
That's the golden rule applied to health insurance. I love that. And honestly, in an industry where deceptive practices can hide behind fine print, that kind of transparency it's rare. How does that connect to your faith? Because it sounds like this isn't just a business model for you. It's something deeper.
Absolutely. Living out my faith in business means more than quoting scripture or putting a fish symbol on my business card. It means structuring my life so that I can actually be present for my family, for my clients, for the work God has placed in front of me. That 45-minute commute became a 10-minute drive. The time I lost on the road came back to my family, to my faith, to the parts of life that the restaurant industry had slowly consumed. I'm able to still spend time with my family, have time for all of the work aspects, but also spiritually. It's not while I'm driving,
Yeah, that makes so much sense. Time is the thing we can't get back. So for someone listening right now who's in a situation that doesn't work, whether it's their health plan, their job, their business model, what would you say to them?
Be real. Don't assume you're stuck. You have to be open to look at what else is out there and make the comparison. If you're paying $2,300 a month for your health insurance through work, but there's something else out there that's $1,500, see if it works before you just discount it. Sometimes the breakthrough we need is on the other side of a decision we've been avoiding. Does that make sense?
It does. And I think that's such a practical piece of wisdom. Challenge the assumption. Do the comparison. Make the call. Dan, this has been really encouraging. Your story is a reminder that faithfulness in business isn't about perfection. It's about integrity, care, and the courage to walk away from what's familiar when God calls us to something better. Thanks for sharing your journey with us.
Thank you, Aundre. I really appreciate it.
And for everyone listening, you can find the full article and more resources in the show notes. Thanks for tuning in to Kingdom Factor Collective.